Hello and welcome back. I am basically Hawkins, and today I've got some more gameplay footage for you. I've teamed up with the other Dex, or Casual Adobo as he's known, and we've played two games where he's playing purple starter deck and I'm playing red starter deck. But there is a bit of a twist, because we've basically optimized, or in our opinion, optimized our decks. So we basically acted like we went out and we got two copies of each starter deck. And we've been able to change the ratios. So taking only the cards that are in the starter decks, but you've been able to make changes to them. So for instance, if you want more Brooks in your red starter deck, like I like Brook in red starter deck, but you only get two, I can put that to 4. And then if there's things that I don't like as much, like Vivi, I can reduce the number of that. So we basically did that and played 2 games. So check out game 1 on his channel, and then game 2 is on this channel, or most of it, because I forgot to press record until about halfway through the game, but it is still very fun, and it's a great game to watch. So check out both of our games, and then stick around afterwards, and I'll talk about the changes that I've made to the red starter deck, what I did, in my opinion, to optimize it, using the cards that come with the red starter deck. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna press record now, and you know what? People watching, we all make mistakes.
Listen, this is real life right here.
Yep. And this is what's happened. You've heard it all now. Now you can see.
Yeah, for all the people who think that YouTube content's just like all curated nonsense, like none.
Yep.
You think we curated this?
We're real people.
We're real humans here, controlling anime characters on cardboard.
Oh yeah. I mean, if that's not the point of life, I don't know what is.
I think I passed.
Alrighty. Boop, 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 boop. Draw 1. Dawn 2. Okay, wow. Options. I have options. And I think my option will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh no, why are you counting up to 6?
Oh, I plan on using it.
Dang.
I will play. This might be a mistake. No, there are no mistakes. Me not clicking record is not a mistake.
Definitely
it was on
not
purpose.
a mistake. It's a stylistic choice.
Yep. It's time for the Rush Luffy.
I was afraid of that.
And you know what? Let's buff him with Nami. Let's buff him with other Luffy. Did I attack with Luffy last turn, or did I not? With my leader Luffy.
You did not.
Man, see, this is what I'm telling you. I always forget to do that.
Not a mistake, stylistic choice.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know what? They didn't see it. They didn't see me not attack. I will attack, and I cannot be blocked.
Dang. All right.
I'll attack your Kaido.
I will. Yeah, I can only take that.
Yes.
No trigger.
Okie dokie.
God,
and
that's rough.
Then I will, let's see. Cannot activate blocker during that attack. Okay. I'll give Vivi 1,000, and I'll attack your Kaido.
I feel like I have to. I'm gonna block with Black Maria.
I accept. And I will attack your Kaido with Luffy.
Just 5k?
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and counter with Sheep's Head.
Yes, indeed. Okay, that's it. That's all I can do. Go for it.
Right. I will refresh. I'll draw 1. This is actually a much tighter game. You have 4 life? I need to start doing some work.
Turns out Vivi was the answer all along.
And you only put 1 copy.
Yep.
That's rude.
That's all I needed.
Alright, so that Luffy is 6k naturally?
Yep.
That's rough.
It's as good as it gets in this deck.
I'm going to Put Arrested Dawn, just so I know.
Mm-hmm.
6K, huh? Okay, here's what I'll do. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go ahead and play King. So on play, Dawn -1. So I'll remove the Dawn that I just put out. And then KO something with a cost of 4 or less. I'm gonna KO Vivi.
Good.
Honestly, that seems like such a waste, but it was that or Nami, and I think Vivi's a. I believe in Vivi, and Vivi's a stronger attacker. I said it here first. I'm going to. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and attach a Dawn to page 1, making him 7K. I'm gonna swing into your Rush Luffy 6, or that has 6.
7, 6. I accept.
Interesting. I'm a little afraid that you're keeping counters in your hand. I'm fearful.
I can tell you that the audience knows right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing 5K into Luffy.
Yeah, accept. Uh-oh. It's the boy. Play on trigger.
Dang it. The one card I really did not want to see. You know what? I think... Yeah, let's do it. Using 1. Oops. I spilled things. No mistakes, just stylistic choices.
Oh, yep. It's all coming out in the wash.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go ahead and use Kaido's ability to burn 1 of your life.
Yep. All right. Oh no.
Oh no. I was really hoping for a trigger ability.
You would hurt a reindeer.
There is evidence.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to swing 5K Kaido into your Luffy.
Letting it all go through. No trigger.
All right. That's a menacing hand. I'll pass turn.
Gotta do it. All right. Let's see here. Draw. Dawn. Comes down to this. See, you got a King is good. Okay. Not great is what I say. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 attackers potentially.
That's true.
Counters though. Let's find out. I will attach a Dawn to Luffy and hit your... Man. It still attacked me twice. I'm going to kill your page 1.
Oh. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't have much of a choice. It's KO'd.
Yeah, and then I'll use Luffy's ability to buff him. So he's at 7,000, and I will attack your Kaido.
I am going to... Yikes, this is actually going to hurt me a little bit. Do I do that? I think I do. Alright, for one, I'm going to go ahead and play Blast Breath. So counter Dawn -1.
Wow.
I'm Dawnless. And then that is a 9k Kaido.
Yep. Okie dokie. So Usopp can go to 5. Oh, actually 6, because I can still use my Nami. Alright. Well, then I will... This is weird, man. This is a weird hand. I'll use the Nami to buff Usopp.
Okay.
1. And then let's see. Yep. And then I'll buff him to... Let's see. That puts him to 5,000. I'm gonna hit your ulti.
I'm gonna counter with X-Drake.
Okie dokie. Then that's all I can do. Pass.
Alright. I'll refresh. I have 0 Dawn.
We'll get 2.
And then 2. Alright. Let's go... I'm gonna tap on Onigashima just to try and get my ramp up again. You know what? Let's go 7k into Luffy.
I accept.
All right.
Okay, no trigger.
I'll go 5k into Luffy.
I can counter that.
All
2,000.
right. Okay. Here's the thing. If you have... Alright. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to... Oops. Put 2 Dawn onto Kaido. Making him 7k.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swing into your Luffy.
You got it. I don't have any counters. I don't have any counters, man.
Damn.
Oh no. The lack of vanilla counters came back to bite me.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, so I think there is going to be a spot... There's going to be a place in most decks for, I think, vanillas. Like, it's weird because, like, in Digimon, which I would say both of our backgrounds is in, vanillas are absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
But, like, in here, like...
Yeah.
Counters are nice.
Yeah, and pretty much every card that I got rid of was just like a Robin or a Frankie or a Vivi with their counters. And that definitely came back to bite me, but I still got to use the technical psychology of you thinking I had counters.
Yeah, no, as soon as I see my opponent have more than 3 cards in hand, I'm just sweating.
Yeah. All I could hope for was you psyching yourself out, because no, I didn't have it.
Yeah,
I didn't have it at all.
I really did consider maybe going into the Usopp, but I was like, let's test that hand a little bit. I think the only thing would be if you had like guard point to put Luffy at 8k, like I think it would have been game over.
Yep.
Because alternatively, I was thinking about playing Black Maria as a safe blocker, just in case my attack didn't go through.
Yeah, no, you had it multiple times over, I think.
Damn, just the overthinking nearly costed me.
And the bad playing cost me.
No, I think I think you played very well. That Vivi put in some work, surprisingly.
Yep, you know what? I take it back. I mean, especially because right now the only Straw Hat effect I think is the Thousand Sunny. Is there any other card that has Straw Hat specific on it?
honestly don't think so. If anyone, maybe check the Jinbei or the Brook, but I don't think they are specific to Straw Hats.
The Diablo Jambe does, but it only is choose up to one of your characters or leader with Straw Hat, and
Mm.
then they can't be blocked. But
Which, like, yeah, if you're using Vivi, you're probably using her to bait a block,
yeah,
to be honest.
so just I'm wrong. Everybody subscribe to other decks because I don't know what I'm talking about. And now we'll just talk about the deck that I made and the alterations that I made to the red starter deck and my thoughts on how that change performed, I think. So obviously start off with the red Luffy leader. It's rested Dawn attachment is super useful and something that really needs to be taken into account when using these red cards. And then I have the 4 choppers. They're, I think, an instant 4 count. They're a 1 cost, so they're really cheap to play. They're blockers, so they're super useful in general. I think you can't go wrong having 4 of those. Then you have the 4 Namis. I think the Nami is super useful. Once again, a 1 cost. She's really not there to attack. She's more there just for that effect of attaching Dawn to other things. Super useful. Now the Usopp, I don't know. I put 4 in, and it's that trigger effect on hitting in life that really matters to me. But he on the field isn't super great. Him not being able to be blocked by high-powered thing is kind of nice, but he's tough to make him strong enough to be worth much of anything as far as an attack goes. So, maybe 2, 3, or 4 of Usopp. He's definitely got some value, but it's really that trigger that makes him something worthwhile. I had one cost Karoo in there. When we were first deciding the rules, we had just learned about the 5 character maximum on the field, but we hadn't learned that you could actually like KO your own cards to swap out stuff. So I didn't know that at the time. So I thought Karoo was actually going to be a hindrance, like having him on the field would just sort of hold me back. I didn't realize at the time that you could actually, if you wanted to play another character and take out one of your own characters. So I'd probably bump Karoo to 2 or 3 knowing that, especially because he's got that counter and that 1 cost. Karoo is actually pretty good. So I would probably up him knowing what I know now. For Brooks, Brook got a great counter, 2 costs, super great effect, being able to push 2 Dawn onto something, 3,000 power, he's great. Brook 4 instantly. Sanji also 4 instantly. He's got Rush, potentially, he's really powerful. He's only a 2 cost. Sanji is the peak in my opinion. And then it comes to this Vivi. I have 1 Vivi in there. Vivi was the one that I had the most iffy thoughts about. She's a vanilla. She's got her counter, which is obviously very useful and something that I probably didn't have enough of in the game, counters. But she's not a Straw Hat on her card, so any Straw Hat based effects wouldn't affect her. And I really thought about that when making the deck. And I thought something's got to go so I can put in the cards that I like more. And in the end, I thought Vivi was the one who should go the most because she doesn't have that Straw Hat effects. And then I realized she's actually super great. I'll be honest. She's a 2 cost with 4,000 power, which means you only need to add 1 Dawn to her to start doing damage to leaders. And that's something I wasn't thinking about at the time. So she's cheap and she's pretty good at actually attacking. So I would probably bump her to 2 or 3. She's got that counter. So yeah. Then we've got Jinbei, who I put to 4. Honestly, Jinbei's kind of iffy. He's strong and his effect is solid, but when you get a bunch of him in your hand, you get kind of bummed out because it's like, oh great, I've got a bunch of Jinbei, I guess I'll attack next turn with him. I can't counter with him. He's probably a card that if I drew him, I wasn't happy to see him, so I'd probably knock him down to 2. Yeah, maybe. And then we sort of get into the more of the vanilla stuff with I have 2 Robins in the deck. They've got the counter. She's 3 cost, 5,000 power. She's very useful in my opinion, so I'd probably keep her at 2. I don't really love the vanillas. I've said that before. They're there and their counter is nice, but yeah, if I have other cards to play, I'd rather play them. So yeah, I'll not, from from the 4 you originally start with Robin, I put her down to 2. Zoro I had at 4. I think I'd keep him at 4. He's probably, you want your Zoros, you want to be able to swing hard with them. I think in this last game I ended up with 3 of them in my hand, which was not ideal because I literally didn't have a good opportunity to use them, and especially against the purple starter deck where they can just, there's so many cards that can just take out your cards like it's nothing. Zoro didn't have a lot of use, but I feel like Zoro is one of the more useful attackers of the deck. So I'd keep him at 4, maybe knock him down to 3, so I could put another counter in or something like that. Frankie, I also put at 2. He's a 4 cost, 6,000 power. He's got that counter, but I honestly, 4 cost for him might feel a little high. So if it's between him, Vivi, and Robin, I'd maybe bump the Vivis and lower the Frankies. So yeah, I had him at 2. I'd probably not go above 2 for Frankie. Then I've got the 4 Rush Luffys, which I think is super useful and necessary. I think you need, it's the most expensive card in this deck, and honestly, it's not even that expensive for the 5 cost. So fill out the ranks with the Luffys. I think being able to, especially later game, it doesn't take that long to be able to play him, one of him every turn and still be able to do stuff. So you definitely want the Rush Luffy. I had 4 of the guard point counters, which I think was important because I barely ever saw them anyway, and I wanted to. I kept wanting the guard point in my hand, and even with 4, I was barely seeing it. So yeah, more guard point, especially with the character limit on the field, where you can't really flood the field with stuff. The event cards are really going to be something you want to have a bunch of. So 4 guard points, it's got the trigger, it's got the counter. I wanted that card in my hand basically all the time. The jet pistol I also had 4 of. It's a card that if I had in my hand, I pretty much always used. It's got a good trigger, good effect to kill something. The purple starter deck is really hard because there's so many high cost, high power things, and the red starter deck does not have that. So jet pistol does do some alleviation. Diablo Jambe, blocking wasn't my main concern, so Diablo Jambe wasn't super helpful for me in terms of getting around blockers and stuff. It's a 1 cost and it's got an okay trigger, so I thought not bad, so I'll keep it at 2. It's useful. And then the Thousand Sunny, it's a stage card and it's nice at giving a little attack buff, but it's not super vital like Onigashima is in the purple star deck. So I put it at 2. I'm not sure, having it on the field would have changed anything for me in my games. Maybe it would have helped a little bit, but honestly, nah, not really. So yeah, in general, I'm going to go ahead and say, especially of what I've seen of the blue and green so far, because they've almost been fully released at this point, I'm going to say red is probably the weakest starter deck. It's probably, even with these changes, even with hindsight and the changes that I think I would make now, knowing what I know, I just don't see red starter deck being even remotely competitive against purple as it currently is. There's a lot of cards that are coming out in the booster sets that are going to be very helpful if you wanted to start with the red starter deck and just sort of make it the best version of itself with cards from the booster set. It works. But as it is, or it is with just the cards from the starter deck, I don't know. I think it's pretty meh. I think it's probably the least exciting in terms of effects and stuff, the least powerful in terms of card powers. It is the most unga bunga attack, and you get a good blocker or 2 on the field with your deck. Your purple, green, or blue. Red's kind of stuck. So yeah, that's all I got for you today. Be sure to check out the other decks and, like, comment, subscribe here and there, and have a good one.